Look at this, it's currently 0 degrees outside and I have this, yay! Wow, look at that, oh my god!
I'm going to tell you of a very common property scam that a lot of people don't even have a clue about. People that haven't obviously got a work ethic, what these people do is they'll rent an Airbnb for say a month, yeah? They'll then use open rent to list the property for rent and they'll start doing tenant viewings on it as though it's a normal property, acting to be the landlord.
The outrageous bit was this bit. So they're basically asking for someone this reduced rent, this one, and they're hoping to find someone with a partner or a family nearby that they can spend the night occasionally and offer us the apartment for free to pause separate nights a month to relax on our own.
And they've painted the room, although not a very good job, I think you'll agree. And then we moved the wardrobe over so she had a better backdrop for the bed. And this is what we find behind.
The way rental prices are climbing across the UK is worrying. Even basic accommodation now comes with hidden issues and inflated fees. Let's see how these rental problems are affecting people across the UK.
From one extreme to the next, we're staying now in Harry Potter's fucking cupboard.
Harry Potter.
We've not got fucking beach views here, wait to see the view we've got here. We're just waiting to see the fucking rats running by or getting robbed when we walk out the door. Oh shit. Welcome to London. Shithole.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Oh la la. Whoa, whoa. King in the castle, king in the castle. Have a chair, I have a chair.
Monday to Friday, you're fine. Saturday and Sunday, enjoy your spontaneous homeless weekend.
If you're moving to London and looking through rooms on spare room, be aware of this label that says Monday to Friday let. It means you need to be away during the weekend. It is a bit of an old school thing, but yeah, just keep that in mind. That is London for you, baby.
Hi, right there.
Yeah, we didn't allow access to the property.
We gave you notice on Thursday.
You never told us a time. You said between 8 AM and 2 PM.
Yeah.
And then you gave us 1 hour notice this morning to say for 10.
That's sufficient. You can go to...
Renting in the UK, you have to deal with buckets, leaks and constant moisture.
Look at this, it's currently 0 degrees outside and I have this, yay! Wow, look at that, oh my god, oh my god! It's literally fucking, so now I have to open my window in 0 degree weather. Oh, the wall, wow! Fuck sideways. Am I gonna die?
More than £1,000 a month, and it's just a tiny flat share.
Rating the cheapest properties to rent in London, episode 44. Okay, so this place is a studio to rent near Haringey for 750 quid a month. Alright, I mean, it looks alright space-wise, decent enough. Really weird separated kitchen area there, but at least you do have an oven. Oh my god, wow, did the Action Man covers come too? If so, I'm gonna put my deposit down right now. Bathroom just looks standard. 0.1 miles away from Haringey Green Lane Station. Ooh, bills are not included in this place. I'll give it a 6 out of 10. It's alright.
Some places really think they can get away with hiding moulds away.
Okay. So, bring my daughter into her uni digs. And they've painted the room, although not a very good job, I think you'll agree. And then we moved the wardrobe over so she had a better backdrop for the bed. And this is what we find behind the wardrobe. absolutely disgusting. This what £547 a month gets you, even though she doesn't move in till September. The mattress is crap. Springs, and the springs are all poking out. The carpet is filthy. It's not fit for human consumption.
Morris is no good.
When the property won't actually do anything about infestation and filth?
For me, everything that made it worse is that my accommodation was 100% unwilling to collaborate. They told me multiple times that the kitchen is not their responsibility. When I came back from that 10-hour shift and I started seeing insects I've never seen before, I went to security and fully broke down. Then they sent 2 cleaners up and they had to kill all the insects and da-da-da-da-da. Never ever did I know that soap can expire, or that bread can turn into liquid, or that centipedes can come out of chicken. When I tell you I've seen the unseen with these people.
Landlord wants nights in your rental. What is this madness?
Hey guys, I'm literally so tired. I was about to go to bed. But I saw this viral post going around on Facebook about this outrageous London renting ad, and I needed to show you guys it. Okay, the fact that this Facebook post made it onto Daily Mail, apparently it was on ITV News, is wild. This is it. Basically, they said, entitled couple slam for advertising a spare room in Battersea, and let's get into the advert. So the advert was apparently deleted within hours of it going up. It was on like a local renting Facebook group page. So basically it's a couple, I think they rent the flat themselves or they own the flat. It wasn't clear, but they're basically asking for £1,200 a month plus bills, which, to be honest, for London, yes, it is a lot of money, but it's not outrageous. The outrageous bit was this bit. So they're basically asking for this reduced rent, this one, and they're hoping to find someone with a partner or a family nearby that they can spend the night occasionally, and offer us the apartment for free to 4 separate nights a month to relax on our own. And then the post just gets even weird, the vibes are so off. Here it's like, oh, we're a couple, we've been together 1.5 years. I don't think anyone cares. But also they're working professionals. They both work from home. The fact that they're always in the flat, and then on top of that they want someone who is paying a lot of money to probably equally split the bills. And then they want that person to work full time and also give them a day a week on their own. It's so clear to see that this is kind of outrageous. If someone is paying that amount of money, they have a right to feel like their room and their shared living space is part of their own as well.
Advert promised luxury studio. Reality is completely different. Who else is fed up with ridiculous check-in, check-out time? Stuck in a year-long contract, living in this terrible place.
Okay, I would just like to give a warning to anyone who's renting a flat or trying to find a flat in Scotland right now. There are scammers pretending to be sweet little old ladies selling flats to you. Obviously, not all of them are going to be scammers. Like, there might be some genuine ones, but I've come across 3 that are scammers. This lady messaged me saying she had a 2-bed flat in Glasgow. I asked where. She says, where's your ideal location? That should have been my first red flag, but I was like, I don't know, I was like, maybe she just owns loads, I don't know. And then she was like, what's your ideal price? I tell her my ideal price. Funnily enough, she had my ideal price, including utilities, in the perfect location. So I was like, it's too good to be true. It was too good to be true. The reason I wasn't initially scammed was because she was telling me all about this past experience she had where these tenants completely wrecked her flat and she's really scarred, and she just made me be like, oh, the poor wee thing. She then asked me for a deposit that was way too much before viewing. She promised me I'd get it back. Obviously, I was like, I'm not giving you the money. But it's obviously rough out here, so there might be some other people that are really desperate for a flat that could fall for this. So I'm just putting it out there. If they won't call you, they're probably not real.
Find out the common property scams most renters don't even realise exist.
I'm going to tell you of a very common property scam that a lot of people don't even have a clue about. People that haven't obviously got a work ethic, what these people do is they'll rent an Airbnb for say a month, yeah? They'll then use open rent to list the property for rent, and they'll start doing tenant viewings on it as though it's a normal property, acting to be the landlord. Now when tenants view, they then take a holding deposit that's non-refundable, and they pretend to start carrying out referencing on behalf of that tenant. Now, a couple of weeks down the line, that tenant's not heard anything back, their number's been blocked, and the guy has literally just taken a bunch of deposits for all the different tenants that have viewed and just ran away. There's some guy that done this, right? He racked up about, I don't know, 80 grand worth of deposits. I don't know how it took the police that long to actually catch him, but then he eventually got done for it. If you're going to do fraud, why are you going to target the pockets of people that are renting or other hard-working individuals? There's plenty of ways to make money out there, and I assure you, if you make it in ways like that, you'll end up losing out in life. So how do you get around this? If you're a tenant and you're renting, just make double, triple check that it is the landlord that you are transferring the funds to. So you should request that the landlord sends over their title deeds, or just ask them, can I see evidence that you're actually the landlord for this property, or that they have been given permission by the landlord to advertise and take holding deposits on behalf of them. Anyway, if you're interested in kind of property stuff, drop us a follow. We help normal individuals get onto the property ladder and allow them to generate a residual income so that they can retire.
Getting your full deposit back, every renter's ultimate dream.
Guess who's got their deposit back? The tenancy deposit scheme basically told him, you've got no leg to stand on, mate. What are you talking about? Because no, you're just trying to make fast money from these people. Literally, obviously in different words, but that's literally what they told him. So my man's been holding on money all this time. March, April, May, June, July, nearly 6 months. It was 5 months. And luckily for the tenant deposit scheme, they legally look at it and like represent you both sides, and you have to submit evidence. And obviously he can't legally charge us for anything if it wasn't put in the inventory that was done by an external kind of inventory company, which it was a great inventory, so he couldn't get away with it. So deposits back.
Wow, I almost got scammed. So I'm looking for a new place to live. Ideally a 1-bedroom flat in Bristol in UK. Shouldn't be that difficult. But yeah, we have a housing crisis, right? So everything is just really, really intense. Anyway, I made an ad, posted on Gumtree and other places, and someone got in touch on Gumtree saying, hey, I have a nice, 1-bedroom apartment. Let me know if you want to come and view it. I got so excited. It looked wonderful, reasonable price, everything looked fine. Until they said, or she said, so I don't want to be dealing with time wasters. So if you are really serious about this, please transfer me a holding deposit of £350 to my account, and then I will refund it straight after you visit. I was like, doesn't sound that good. So I asked them, or her, if we could speak on phone, because I would like to know the identity before I send any money. To which they replied and reminded me they already told me that they have a bad hearing and they can't speak on phone. However, they said, I'm happy to provide you a certificate of ownership to let you know that I'm indeed the owner of this property. I said, yeah, hells yeah, give it to me, give it to me, give it to me. And of course, without knowing that the identity is actually then that piece of paper they probably just made up is useless. So at this point, I'm like, okay, this is definitely a scam, but I want to see how far I can push it before it kind of explodes.
Renting a room the size of a box. Who would even want it?
But I think oh my god. Oh my god, we found a criminal. This can't be ethical. This cannot be ethical. What? Look at the room. They know, it's funny, it's so funny about this. They know not to show any other room in the house because there's only one picture. You have no space, bro. You actually have no space. Literally, that's I'm not a claustrophobic person, but that is too squashed together, bro. For $450, this is what you're gonna get. That is shocking, bro.
So, what are your experiences with the rental market at the moment? How are you coping with the rising apartment and rental costs? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts or stories in the comments.